Now, what a lot of people think when they first get into minimalism, and they think it's going to be kind of really restrictive and extreme, and it doesn't have to be. So how can you get started with minimalism? 3 really simple tips that I want to give you after I have kind of gone down this road and minimalized, if that's even a word, my entire house and life, finances, business, wardrobe, literally everything. So the first one is just to decide you're going to try this out, at least for a little bit. Get rid of everything you don't need. And I know it sounds, easier said than done. Just go through your literally every room in your house, go through every drawer, every cupboard, and just look at these things and think, do I actually need this? Like, if I lost this item, would I buy the same thing again? And just throw away or sell anything you don't need. This is probably the easiest tip I can give you, because you can literally do it now. And there's often so many items we don't need that are just cluttering up our house and our life. So the second one, I kind of hinted on it before, is just to think really carefully about all of the items you own, and think, if I lost this item, if it was stolen, if it broke or whatever, would I go out and buy the exact same thing again? Most of the time, you wouldn't. And you can do an experiment with this. You can literally, if you want to go the extreme route, you can box up everything in your house and then literally just take out the items as you need them. And what you'll find after a couple of weeks is that you will have only taken out a few items from all of the things you own, and most of the stuff you don't even remember what you've got in the boxes, because you literally use it so rarely. So I like to think about, what things would I actually buy again? For example, my phone, I'd probably buy the same phone again. My laptop, I like that model. My Aura ring, my camera. These things, I've settled on the exact one that I like, and so I probably wouldn't buy a different one if I lost these things. I would actually go out and buy the same thing again. But I could not say that about my old DVD collection, or my old gaming console, or the things that I've thrown away. I probably wouldn't buy them again if I lost them. And then the third thing is really just kind of a bit of motivation for you, and that is, when you do this, when you decide to try minimalism and see what happens, what you'll find is that because you're only using, usually it's one of every item, you tend to research it more and go with the best version of that item that you can afford. Let's say if you used to hoard cameras, right? And I used to do this. I literally used to have different cameras for different things, because I thought, when I was making videos, it would be better to have more options. And that is kind of true. But what I do now is I literally just have one camera for filming these videos and one camera for making travel vlogs. Instead of having several cameras, you narrow it down to just one, and then it forces you to kind of be really mindful about that one item and think, do I need this? It's the same with clothing. What you'll find is that if you really think about it, you only really wear about 5% of the clothes you own. Usually you have a few favorite outfits, at least this is the way I was, and you just keep wearing the same thing. Even if you could wear other things, if you have all of your clothes available to you, you will usually pick the things that are your favorite, right? It sounds like a no-brainer, of course you would. Then really think about it carefully, do you need that other 95% of clothes if you're literally never going to wear them? They're just there as kind of like a backup. So instead, wouldn't it make sense then to sell the things you don't need and you don't wear, and just get another set of that outfit that you really love, so you can always wear your favorite clothes? Now, what a lot of people think when they first get into minimalism, and they think it's going to be kind of really restrictive and extreme, and it doesn't have to be. Really what you're doing is you're just removing the things that you don't use anyway. You're not forcing yourself to use less. You're throwing away the things you already don't use that are just there cluttering up your house. So I hope you decide to give it a try. It's certainly something that I will be doing for a while. I'd love to hear your top tip for minimalism in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.